Wuthering Waves has been continuously ramping up the difficulty of its endgame modes. Went from dungeon solos being something I do regularly to it being physically impossible to do them on floors 3 and 4 of Tower of Adversity. Now personally, I actually don't view that as a bad thing. I've thought the endgame for Wuthering Waves has been too easy for too long, and if you have the right characters and they're even remotely invested, this game is kind of a joke. But what if you had neither? What if there were a person who deliberately crafted their account to avoid every synergy possible? What if we pulled for niche sub-DPS characters without a main DPS character to pair with them? What if you refused to pull for signature weapons purely out of spite? What if you took husbando and waifu collecting to the extreme? Well, I found an account just like that. An account that made virtually every terrible decision possible. Arrow, huh? And you all know, whether it comes to setting a world record in Wuthering Waves, doing a 30-hour gauntlet so I can beat Genshin Impact in 7 days, or spending 17 hours to clear with the most godforsaken Anton you've seen in your life in Zenless Zone Zero, when it comes to a challenge, nothing will stop me. So I told the owner of this account I wouldn't just be clearing Tower of Adversity for you. No, that would be too easy. I told them my stream wasn't going to end until I cleared Double Pawn Matrix, the newest endgame mode in Wuthering Waves, on their Forsaken account. And if I had any sanity left in me, I would have called that a mistake looking back. But you guys have no context as to why, so let's change that. So I have not seen this account yet, but based on the characters I have seen on this account, I have seen nothing but terrible decisions made. None of the characters he has on his accounts actually synergize with each other. Let me just show you. This guy has a Choyuan. Do you see a single echo damage character on here? Do you see a Forlova? Do you see a Galbrena? No. This guy has a Consorella. Do you see a Forlova to pair with the Consorella? No. This account looks like a complete disaster though. And with that disaster, we're still gonna try and clear endgame. Let's see what we're working with. Let's look at the weapons. Let's look at the echoes. Let's see what's going on. Oh my god, Looter! You're sharing a wild fire mark on your Augusta. It's even cosmic ripples on Encore. Is that even clear? Why do we have who is the Cho Yuan pairing with? Augusta? I actually don't understand. All right, hold on. Are the builds at least good? I mean, honestly, only missing one crit roll on Cho Yuan. It's not terrible. All right, the Carlotta is unironically the best built character on his account. This one, a nice universal moonlit set. Actually, I love to see that. You know why? Number one thing I advocate for. A nice moonlit set. Wait, this is Havoc.
Many tic-tacs later.
So here's the thing. We need to make 4 teams. So let's make 4 teams out of the characters we have right now. So the first thing I'm seeing, Carlotta's his best built character, and that probably pairs with Consorella, and it probably goes Rhinne. So this is probably our first team. Remember, in DPM, we can use healers twice. So having Rhinne and having Shorekeeper built is probably the play. So we have Rhinne as a versatile character and sub DPS, and then Lupa pairs with the Encore. Let's put Lupa with the Encore. Lupa, probably Shorekeeper, because this is going to be a weak team. Remember, the Encore does not have a real weapon. She's on Cosmic Ripples. All right, what are our other 2 teams? So Augusta's obviously going to be one of them. And then Augusta can, I guess, pair with Mortefi. And you can do, like, this. And this probably clears. And then what's our last team? Oyun, Rhinne, Shorekeeper. That's our team comp? What? Upon review, this account is cooked. Let me explain just how bad our teams truly are. Not only is every character besides Encore and Carlotta missing crit rolls, but our character pairings and weapon situations are completely bricked as well. Free to play with no signature Augusta, Carlotta paired with a Consorella on a level 74 star weapon and Moonlit Clouds. This Lupa is paired with an Encore that has no String Master or Lethian Elegy. And of course, the kicker to it all, I have to play Cho Yuan main DPS who doesn't even have Chakona or Yuno to carry him. Ignoring that, he doesn't even have his signature weapon. Each of these teams is already mediocre in their own right, but it gets worse from there. And to explain why, you need to understand how Double Pawn Matrix works. In TPM, you have a lineup of 4 bosses. These bosses will vary in elemental resistances and will affect the order that you can use your characters. The current order is Arrow Monkey, Inferno Rider, Sentry Construct, and Lampy Lumen. Arrow Monkey and Inferno Rider have the easiest mechanics to them, so you'd ideally want the weaker teams to go against these. Arrow Monkey specifically has a ramping damage buff, so he becomes even easier to tackle. With Choyuan and Encore both being susceptible to Lampy Lumen and Sentry Construct due to the aerial mechanics and interrupting of their abilities, ideally, you'd pair them against the first 2 bosses, but with them being resisted, that is clearly not an option. Carlotta also can't go against the Construct nor Lampy Lumen due to the Glacial resistance. With her having signature Contarella and being the only properly invested character on the account, I want her to be the closer. That means the first one up to bat is Augusta. You'd think because she's an Electro unit, she wouldn't actually suffer here, right? Well, actually, no. Due to her not having double crit on every piece, nor her signature weapon, her damage is already low. On top of that, we don't have enough gear for Mortefi. That means we're using demo build Mortefi, which has absolutely terrible stats. He's also a fusion character, and the positioning of the account will force him to deal with Inferno Rider, at least partially. We'll worry about that soon though. First up, the weapons and echoes that are in rougher shape than Final left me last night. Our first step, we got the weapon level 90. So now, Lupa has a real weapon. Or Augusta, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to point this out every single time. Whenever you are enhancing echoes, and your goal is to hit double crit, at a minimum, you can either go once or twice, trying to hit crit rate or crit damage. If you hit crit rate or crit damage, you continue. If you don't, you bin that piece, unless it has 2 good substats for your character. So let's see. What the hell? Who has this disabled? You're a psychopath. So this thing hit trash. So you know what we do? Energy regen, attack. Now, we already have energy regen and attack, so fuck that. Defense, resonance, liberation here. Oh my. Dude, this Kuro company. I don't want to spend 50 years fixing all the characters on the account. I mean, all right, it is an account doctor. I get that. Come on. Be serious. I already know how today's stream is going to go. We are not going to have a fun time today. Wait, he has 10 million shell credits. 9 million shell credits. You are rich, bro. Energy regen attack. You know what? We'll go 15. Wow. That's, what a great Rhinne we have. Nice cock, as the kids say. Did I say nice cock as the kids say? Oh my god, dude, do not clip that. I don't need to go in the fucking Epstein files. Wait, dude, Carlotta's actually good at farming these Tassafields, because, like, she perma interrupts the enemy. Wait, he's kind of free. You do these on Camellia, you don't do anything to them. And your life is shit. Alright, let's see if we got anything for Rhinne. And if we didn't, FF. We got 3 spectral damage, okay. That is 3 pieces that are going to disappoint me. Just like I disappoint my parents. Attack heavy. Alright, come on. Kuro. I haven't hit a single crit today. There has not been a single crit that I've hit today. Like, bro, what am I farming for? I did all those Tassafields. Okay, we finally have a piece. It's the first crit rate we have hit today. Surely that means it's good luck, right? Crit damage just right now. Kuro. Oh! And attack? Wait, that's good. That's good. Dude, that's good. We'll take that. Yoink. Here's what we're going to do. How many main set selectors do you have? 54 is a pretty good amount. Or which one's the cutest? I think this guy's the cutest. The Saber-Tooth Prowler. Saber Cat Prowler. We'll go Spectro damage. Alright, so if I call them cute, they give me trash. So what if I call them ugly? How do I call them ugly? Come on. Who is the ugliest character in this game? Mignon? Pontarella. Fedora guy. Cartethia. True! You look like Cartethia. Now... I didn't like that one either, bro. It was too much of an insult. You got to pick something a little bit nicer. It's fine. It's not even my account. I'm allowed to break this account, bro. He said I can do whatever I want. I'm going to break this account. All right, we're just going to use all the main set modifiers. And when we hit nothing, we'll blame RNG. All right? You look like Yohu. We really didn't like that one. He gave you flat attack. Oof.
Meanwhile,
dude, if you think about it, 67 is literally just the 69 of this generation. We used to spam 69, and now this generation spams 67. Holy fuck, I sound like a boomer, bro. Never let me cook again. Oh my... this generation. Yeah, wait, why do you have... Brother. What? Why are these locked? What are you do? What are you doing? Why are these locked? You saving them for the apocalypse? Crit rate! Wait, that's a good echo. Crit damage, energy regen, basic attack, crit rate. Is it all low rolls? Yeah, but we'll take that. We'll take all low rolls. That's better than the nothing we had. Yo, can I purge your old echoes or no? The correct answer is yes, but it's your decision. Ooh. Wait, 4-liner. Wait, 4-liner. 4-liner! Wait, actual. Okay. Your Lene is looking pretty good now. Hold on, look at this. Let's show you what we got cooked. So we got the 4-liner, and we got the other 4-liner. That's some banger pieces, bro. And then we got this, the 3-liner, and then we got the other 3-liner. No, this is a 4-liner. So all we need is Hivatia. All right, let's go do some Hivatia farming. Honestly, that's really good. That's really good. Power skill. Why the 6.3? That's terrible. Oh, Benevolence Crow Games told himself, I will suck you all off personally if this hits a nice 21% crit damage right now. And you know I mean it too. Come on. Wait, that was a close one. That was a close one. That was a close one. I'll take it. I got what I wanted and I don't gotta do nothing for it. Dude, all right. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, let's look at the stats we got on the account. So we got Augusta 2.4k attack, 68.6 crit rate, and 276 crit damage. We got this thing to level 90. She's going to be using this weapon for now, so no sig. Skills pretty well done. Carlotta, we didn't change. 73.7 crit rate, 293 crit damage. Carlotta's actually pretty well built. She has her signature. The echoes are really good, and her skills are maxed out. Plus, she has good teammates. We're going to pair with Contarella. Rhinne's stats don't matter. Rhinne got built up well. 2.1k attack, 73.6 crit rate, and 263 crit damage. We actually got her decked out pretty good. All these echoes are 3-line plus. 301 we might have to fix a little bit because he's on his own set, but we'll see. 67.3, 276.2, and also on EOG. We're going to be main DPSing, which may be a little bit cope, but we have Linnea's buff, so maybe that can carry. Lupa, 72.5, 257.4 crit damage, 2.2k attack. We got her back on her sig. I think she's missing 1 or 2 crit rolls, and then we got her intro maxed out. Contarella, honestly, we're using stock build on her. She's pretty trash. And then Encore, let me double check. So we're on Cosmic Ripples, which is kind of sad. I need to see if this can clear. If this can't clear, we may have to do some work, but it's likely we'll end up doing that work on Lupa and hoping Lupa can carry. So as I mentioned before, we have a complete garbage Mortefi, so we're actually going to use the stock build. Using stock builds for the sub DPS is generally fine as long as you have good builds. The Augusta isn't maxed out. We are missing a crit roll, and we are using the standard banner weapon, so that kind of sucks. We'll see if this will be able to clear. If it's not, then we'll try to cook with something from there. But I want to get a good baseline for what we are at right now. Dude, my damage is negative. What is happening? Where is my damage? All right, 1 ult, and he's taking no damage, bro. So we'll get the monkey killed. I think we might just barely have the damage. I might have to rerun this. Let's see. No, I'll have the damage. I might have to rerun. Yeah, we're just slightly off. Okay. If I restart and I get better crit RNG, this is definitely clearable. Okay. So we're going to start this is we Gusta skill, swap through Mortefi, and then go to Shorekeeper. If you use Mortefi's auto attack swap through 4 times, you can bypass one of his auto attack strings, making it so you can go into Augusta even faster and get 1 extra ult. But since we're going to be dodging on Shorekeeper, we're probably just not going to do that and go to Mortefi earlier. So I'll do it like that. We dodge on Shorekeeper like that, and then we dodge here. Oh, it wasn't quite enough, but it's fine. Cancel the enhanced skill with your ult. Enough. Come over here. No! Oh, it was perfect. No. Augusta's rotation is actually too fast in this comp. So what you want to do is after your ult, you actually kind of want to extend it like you see there. Instead of just instantly going into Shorekeeper. Just so you can get some extra damage. Because otherwise you're just sitting on like Mortefi and whatnot for too long for no reason. You can see like right here, you see how my thing's on a 2-second cooldown? The Toon Break actually made it so my rotation didn't get delayed as long as I wanted it to be. You can see right there, because you end up rotating too fast, you just miss out on some uptime on Augusta for no reason. So I can actually spend even longer on Augusta. How's she doing at all? We're at 4.5k right now. 14 seconds left. I'm just going to stay in Augusta probably the whole time until the end with Shorekeeper. All right, we crit. All right, we're at 5k, not bad. So what I should actually do is I should probably stop hitting now. I should just stop hitting. Because it means I'll spend more time doing my timer on the easier ones, right? Instead of going to the harder bosses. So if I get more points, I'll have to go to the harder bosses. Now, if you're trying to get the... there's 2 sets of points you get inside of DPM. There's actually the ones where you need to get 5k per team. If you end up waiting like this, it makes it easier. And then there's the ones where you get points overall. Those ones are pretty easy to get, though, because you can just send an infinite amount of teams and then just constantly keep throwing your face at it. These ones right here. So those ones are a lot easier to get. That's where the fun times end. You see, I already made a mistake by using the Shorekeeper instead of the Rhinne for the Augusta, which is a mistake that I'm going to regret sorely down the line. But don't worry, the suffering starts long before that. Next up, the Blind Samurai, the Aura Farmer Incarnate, Mr. 3k DPS himself, Cho Yuen. Look, you all know I like this guy, but it's pretty undeniable how bad his kit is. Boss just straight up dodges attacks, and he gets interrupted all the time. He's also not supposed to be a main DPS, but we're forced to do it here anyway. There is one saving grace. The current shield buff benefits Rhinne heavily, causing her Toon Rupture to deal an additional 200% damage. Because we don't have Signature nor his actual teammates available, if we're getting this clear, that'll be the only reason why. For Cho Yuen main DPS to work, you need to extend his rotation by casting a second Forte skill during it. If you don't, you'll run into a few problems. The rotation time will be too fast, meaning you'll be low on energy. And because you're funneling the buffs into Cho Yuen, his normally lower field time will also result in a damage loss. Unfortunately, that also means you need to land 2 of these long-ass Forte casts, which he gets knocked out of constantly. To extend Cho Yuen's rotation and do the double Forte cast, you should use his heavy attack cancels after his first Forte fully finishes. After 2 heavy attack basic cancels, aka when you have 1 bar, you can auto attack chain until you build up your Forte, then just use it again, and then outro. No, 4.7. Nah, it's so close. It's just so barely off. I'm gonna advise you guys to not build Cho Yuen main DPS, triply so without his signature. Potentially cold take. This will not clear. What can I do to get this clear, bro? This is actually bricked. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's doable. Maybe it's doable. Come on. He's broken. He's broken. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Come on. I almost sold at the end. I almost sold. Oh my god, we got the clear. I almost sold, bro. I am such a merchant. Oh. I don't feel happy about that. I sold at the end. All right, we got the clear. That's all that matters. Please, for the love of God, do not build Cho Yuen main DPS. This is the most cursed dog shit I've ever played in my life. This character, I don't know why they made him the most clunky piece of garbage ever, but Jesus. If you paid close attention, you'd notice that I didn't actually play him how I said that you should. That's because Cho Yuen's kit is a clunky piece of dog shit, and I haven't touched him since launch. Playtime's now over. We used up both instances of our Shorekeeper, meaning our next team to bat is Encore, Lupa, Rhinne. And that's going to be without Lethian Elegy or String Master on the Encore. But don't worry, it gets worse from there. The 2 bosses we need to tackle are Sentry Construct and Lampy Lumen, and both of these bosses are absolutely dog shit awful for everybody on this team. With Encore and Rhinne being run-sized, they're often not able to hit either of these bosses. And because the bosses are aerial, Lupa will sometimes throw out her Ultra skill into Narnia, causing us to lose energy and then break the run. I tried a lot to get the clear for this as the account was, but the combination of nearly 300 ping slowing down my rotation, terrible team comp, and mediocre gear was too much for me to handle before deciding something needed to change. Luckily, at least one of these could be rectified. Crit lib. Wait, it's like perfect. So just hit crit rate and energy recharge and we're so good. Yeah, so just hit crit rate and energy recharge and we're so in there. Oh my, wait. Okay, well. Yoink. Weezy goes. Yoink. Let's get her a better forecast now. Energy liberation. Crit rate. All right, crit damage. Dude, the back-to-back would have been crazy, though. Don't even lie. That would have been crazy. I also maxed out their skills, but you can't tell that because my webcam is blocking them. Good job, you ugly fuck. Despite these upgrades, I was still struggling massively. The constant downtime from the teleportations and aerial patterns screwed this team extremely hard. 4 seconds? Do I have enough timer? Oh, he's doing the super attack. No, don't go high. Don't go high. No. Dude, if you stayed on the ground, it would have been free. No. Why is he doing that? You are a For me to actually clear, so many things needed to line up. Flip ults at the start and builds up her Forte. I use both Encore and Rhinne's cooldowns during the quick swap windows. Slightly weirder than normal. I want to line up the Lupa pairing the Sentry Construct into Encore's ult. giving me as much time as possible to DPS the construct. With the timings lined up properly, I'll have Encore constantly DPS during the fight, while the bosses are attacking with their grounded patterns or broken, with Lupa and Rhinne doing their aerial attacks while the boss is untargetable for Encore. The early ult at the beginning with Lupa allows us to squeeze in one last ultimate at the end, giving us just enough juice to squeeze out a clear 51 points to spare. Last up is Carlotta. Since Carlotta is a glacier unit and we're currently on Lampy Lumen, there's actually a tech we can do here. Using the demo resonators as fodder to get the most cope clears imaginable, also push us into the monkey, the easiest boss in the game. This is really bad damage, bro. We are cooked. Where's my damage? 15 seconds. Oh, wait, we could solo clear on just this one? Oh, wait, it's chill. Wait, this kills, right? Wait, no copium, no copium. Kills, it kills, it kills. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, it kills. Nah, it's so troll. The facts. All right, hold on. I'll show you guys exactly why we got this clear. It's actually so stupid. They made the monkey the easiest thing to kill ever, because you get a stacking 12.5% damage. The only reason we were able to kill this is because this thing made our damage actually infinite. The fact that you can clear on a single boss as well. Like, if I went to Inferno Rider, I would not have had the damage because I would not have had this damage buff. This is like the worst full decision account I've ever seen in my life. The only way you could pick a more bricked roster is if you took every 1.0 unit and put them on an account. And even then, you might have more synergies. Like, we're playing Cosmic Ripple's main DPS Encore with Rhinne. No signature main DPS free-to-play Augusta. Lene, Choyuan, main DPS. Like, what the fuck? And then we're playing Consorella Carlotta. This account is legitimately F tier. I've never seen a worse account in my life. Legitimately, every single bad decision you can possibly make. Every single bad decision you could possibly make was made on this account. In a way, I respect it. The only two signatures you have are Wildfire Mark and Last Dance. I don't even know what to say. It's like you pulled sub DPS for main DPS characters you have or don't have, and then you pulled main DPS for sub DPS characters you don't have. Like, actually, what the fuck? If you enjoyed this, check out my challenge to beat Wuthering Waves in just 7 days, or my attempt to 100% the map in 24 hours right here. Also subscribe.